part 2 for my question about freezing point. So let's start off. Let's list out what information that was given to us. So we know that we have 5 grams of NaCl, we have 200 grams of water, and then our Kf is 1.86. So immediately when we see that the question is asking for the change in temperature of our freezing point, we should reference this equation right here. So delta T of F, which is change of freezing point temperature, equals I times Kf times M. So I is the Van Hoff factor, and that's the amount of particles a solute produces when it's in a solution. Kf is our freezing point depression constant of water, so notice how it says depression. And then our M is our molality, not to get confused with molarity. So molality is the number of moles of the solute over the kilograms of just the solvent. So if we look at the filled out formula I have here, we have 2 is our I. Now why is our I 2? Well, NaCl is going to dissolve into an Na ion and also a Cl ion, meaning that we're going to have 2 separate particles. So 1 Na, 1 Cl, which is 2, so that's why our I equals 2. Our Kf was already given to us, so 1.86. And then over here is going to be for our molality. Now, how did I get this fraction for molality? Well, the top is going to be our moles of solute, and our solute is going to be NaCl. So we just have to convert our solute from grams into moles, and we do that by dividing grams by the molar mass of NaCl, and we get this number. Now that's our numerator, and our denominator is going to be the kilograms of the solvent. So we were given H2O in grams, and then we just have to convert grams into kilograms. Now if we put all these numbers into our calculator, we should get 1.59 degrees Celsius. However, this is actually not our final answer. Because for our freezing point, if we add solute to water, that means that it's actually going to make our freezing point lower, so we're actually going to go into the negative. This is not to get confused by the increase in boiling point temperature, which is kind of the similar idea. However, if you add solute to water, it's actually going to raise the boiling point temperature and also decrease the freezing point temperature. Meaning our correct answer choice is actually going to be C.